What up, what up, what up? You already know it's your boy Rockstar, the real Rockstar. Don't thank me, thank your motherfucking self. And we here again at Rock's Point of View. I got some amazing people in the building. And listen, I'm going to start this thing the right way. I'm going to give it to one of the beautiful ladies. Introduce yourself, let them know who you are, Queen.
What's up, y'all? My name is Stephanie, also known as the biggest crybaby. Okay, my
Okay.
Instagram is SEXX three underscores. I just put up a peace sign, but three underscores, and yeah, that's me.
I love that. I love that. So listen, just me watching your run and just watching you be who you are. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some of your videos hit 8 million views. You know what I'm saying? It goes aggressive. I just want you to really express your story. Like tell the people who you are, what you do, and what you became popular for. Get me together.
um, so, I think my most viral video is one of my like cat videos. So,
Okay.
um.
And scratched you up all crazy.
Yes,
Okay.
forgive me, guys. I'm new to this. I've never
Okay.
been on a podcast
Now have your
before,
way. Have
so
your
yes,
way. You got support here. No
I'm a little bit
worries.
nervous. You know
Nah.
what I'm saying? But yeah, so basically, yeah, my cat scratched me, and I went viral for that because I don't know why. A lot of people was making jokes about like domestic violence and things like that. And people didn't know that I actually am a domestic violence survivor, and I'm still fighting a domestic violence fight at this current moment, and that's kind of like where my story continues to like take off at. So I post about my situation, what I'm going through, and what I'm working through at this moment,
Okay.
and it just continues to like go viral, and
So
that's
so when you say you are a current domestic violent survivor, what do you mean? What does that look like?
Whew. All right, so before I got on here, I spoke a little bit with Rocky so that I wouldn't be so emotional. But I already let y'all know I'm a big ass fucking crybaby. So if I cry, you feel me? It
Now
is
have
what
your
it
way.
is.
It's a table.
Right. So currently, so I got kind of give y'all the background. I met my abuser when I was 16 years old. I was in foster care. He was 21 at the time, and I was living with his parents. The relationship, obviously started. It was what it was. He became abusive. I tried to leave him around the age of 18 years old, and because I didn't have support, just the cycle of abuse, when you're in it, you don't really understand what you're going through. So I just kept going back. I didn't see my strength, and I didn't believe that I could like be a parent on my own. I did also believe in like a kid should have both parents. So I tried my best to give my son like what I didn't have. I came from abuse. My mom was also a domestic violence survivor, but she chose her like abuser over her kids. So that's how I ended up in the system. And I met my abuser. So I just wanted to try and give my son a better life, and I did believe that his father wanted to be better. In 2021, we had already not been together since my son was about a year old, and I was living with him because I had nowhere else to go. I had been with this man since I was 16. I've been living with him since I was 16 years old. So, I gave birth at 18. I had just finished, getting my GED. I didn't have no way to get a job, just shit like that. And he used to hold that over my head. In 2021, I kind of was just getting over like the same story where it's like, I'm gonna help you get on your feet, and I'm the one who's still in the streets. So it's like he got an apartment now, you feel me? It's still under his name. I don't have, really nothing to my name, but I have my son, you feel me? So it's like I'm just trying to be there for my son. And like I said, he was like holding that over me. So I would try and leave, when he would kick me out, I try to be in the shelters. I try and like, just get on my, like on my shit. Basically I also had like, relationships with other men. He tried to like ruin those things. So it's like whenever I was trying to progress in life, I just couldn't. So I felt like I was stuck with him.
Let me ask you a
Um,
question. When it came to like the system, like
yeah.
you didn't play like because ain't that like a battle? Like I feel like can't you like if I'm not mistaken, don't like they help you and shit when you're trying to play with your kids and all that? Can't you play the game
Um,
like the legal
so
game? I'm saying you
so
could play
my
that game, right?
situation it's like that's what I'm saying. My story goes like really deep. So when I like left him when I was 18, I was living in Florida at the time. He had put his hands on me when my son was only 6 weeks old, and I literally like fled a couple of days later because I knew like at this point he's either gonna hurt me like to the point where I'm gonna end up dead, my son's gonna end up dead, or I'm gonna end up in jail for killing him because of the things he's doing
Right.
to me and my kid. So I left. I came from Florida on a bus. I had literally like no money, no, I hadn't ate in weeks. And I came to New York to try and get on my shit. I tried to get into a shelter by myself, and at the age of 18, they don't allow you to get into a shelter.
Mm.
but I didn't know that they have teen shelters. So this is the system that I thought, like, because I saw my mom go, like I said, she was, through like domestic violence, things like that. So she went to a shelter, and it was called Path. It's in the Bronx.
Okay.
So that's what I knew. So I went there, and they told me, you're too young. You have to be 21 or older. If not, you're supposed to be living with your parents. So I tried to explain to them my situation. Like, I don't have my parents. I don't live
Right.
with my mom. I can't live with my mom. They're like, if you don't have real, like, certified proof, at this point, I was already aged out of foster care. You feel me? I'm 18 years old. So I don't need to be in foster care no more. And I didn't have no documentation that it states like you're not supposed to live with your mom. So
Right.
I'm like, but in y'all eyes, well, I'm supposed to go to my mother's house and be like, the court said that I gotta stay with
Right.
you.
Right.
The
Right. Right.
shelter said
Right.
I gotta stay with you. They don't know she be in my ass. You feel me? Like, and I didn't want to go back home because it's like I already came from being abused by her, and then my child's father. I had just, like I said, became a mom. I wanted my son to be nothing but safe. So I didn't even feel safe coming back home to my own mother.
Bars.
You feel me? So I ended up in a worse situation. I was staying with some family. I ended up getting raped while I was staying in that home. And that's what led me getting back to my abuser the first time.
Got you.
So he had followed me back from Florida 2 weeks after I left. And I was staying, like I said, in my family member's house. That situation was going on, and I didn't like know. It's like, who do I run to now? I don't got no, like I said, real support. The system has already been failing me because I've been speaking up about my abuse since I was a kid, and I still keep on ending up in situations that it's like I'm trying to get myself out of. So it's like it don't make sense at this point.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. That's why I fuck with you, and that's why I really wanted you on the show because it's not a lot of people that's transparent and that's keeping it 100. She keeps it 100,
Yeah,
and
that's a
that's
fact.
bars. Like that's respect.
That's a
That's
fact.
10 out of 10. You know, a lot of people ducking reality. You got a lot of people that play
Mhm.
these roles of being somebody in this
Yeah.
world, and they really going through shit. So I think that's fire for sure. That
So
you keeping
just
it
to
100.
get back what you were saying about like the system and them helping you. So basically, when I finally got to a point where I'm like, nah, I really need help, and I'm trying to speak out to these people. I was in a shelter with my abuser at this point. I left, like I said, my other bad situation, got with him, because I'm like, at least with him, I kind of know what I'm in for. The people I was living with, I didn't really know them. I didn't grow up with these people, so I'm like, I'd rather be where I know. Like, it's
Right.
still unsafe, but I could kind of like work through it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So the abuse got worse when we was in a shelter together. And at this point, one time I called the cops, to get him removed. Because a lot of times that's something I didn't do. I didn't call the cops on that man. I used to just ask him to leave because I'm like, I never wanted to get him in trouble. My son's father comes from the streets. He was in a gang. You feel me? He's also wanted in the streets for things that he's done. So I also had this like protection over him where it's like, I want to make sure you safe for my son. You feel me? But that's stuff that like I don't need to hold that guilt anymore. You feel me? You did that shit and you still doing shit to me that I don't deserve. You feel me?
Right. Right.
But yeah, so I got him, removed from the shelter or whatever. And basically, I didn't know I was going through postpartum. Like I said, I just gave birth to my son. I'm going through a very traumatic situation. It was December 17th. I remember like it was, you feel me, yesterday. This is something that I spoke about myself on my platform, but I also took this down because I was forced to by the courts when I started speaking up. So this is going to be aired for national, you feel me,
Right.
television. And it's something that I kind of like always held regret for,
Right.
but I was a young girl. So now it's like I'm working on forgiving myself for things that like I felt like I had no option, no other choice, you feel me, to do. So basically it's December 17th. It was a snowstorm. You feel me? It's a couple of days after I got him removed from the shelter. I didn't realize that when we got into like a fight, you feel me, he had like hit me outside and I had lost my baby bag a couple days before. So now my son, he's like mad fussy, you feel me? He's crying and stuff. And I don't know, if y'all moms or whatever the case is, but a lot of times kids, they have like specific things that they like. He had a
Right.
specific sippy cup that he would drink from to go to sleep, and I didn't have it. So I'm looking for it, and that's when I realized I'm like, my fucking baby bag. My baby bag at this point has my wallet, it has everything. And at this point, I don't got nothing, but that's my life in there. You feel me? My
Right.
social security, my birth certificate,
Right.
my son's birth certificate,
Right.
like the shit that I need. You feel me? My food stamps, like this is stuff that I really, need. So me thinking that I'm making a smart decision, I left my son. I put pillows around him. He had finally fell asleep. It was like 2 in the morning. You feel me? He had fell asleep, and I had put pillows around him, and I stepped out to go look for my bag because I'm like, how am I gonna get this stuff back? How am I gonna get, like I said, my birth certificate? You gotta pay for that stuff. I don't got money like that. My food stamp card, like I need an ID for that. How am I gonna get my ID? You got all of this stuff. Like
need that.
you gotta like I need my bag.
You
Like
need
I
that.
need it. So and for me, I'm like I'm taking a newborn out. You feel me? Like he was not newborn. You feel me? He was a year and some change, but to me, he's still a baby. You feel me? It's a drastic snowstorm outside. I'm like I could risk getting my son sick, or I know he's safe, and I'm like I'm coming right back. Like I know I'm not leaving him. right? So I left, you feel me? I go looking for the bag. And as I'm on my way back, because I found it in like a third or fourth store, you feel me? I'm looking through all these stores and they knew me. So they kept my bag in the back.
Right.
And they was like, you feel me? Look here. And I
It's your
went,
shit.
grabbed it. As I'm walking out, I never had this before because that's something I speak about. Like, God knows, like, I'm spiritually blessed, right? So I get like premonitions, things like that. I don't know if y'all know what those are. You feel me? It's like you see things before it happens,
Right.
right? And most of the time it comes to me in dreams. I'm
Bars.
walking back to the shelter. I promise y'all not. I get a flash. I'm clear as day. I'm walking. You feel me? My eyes is open and I see cop cars. I see ambulances, like, and it's in front of the shelter where you feel me I live at. And I'm a couple blocks away. So I'm like, what the? I start running. I start running back to the shelter. Once I get in there, the guy, he comes to me that's at the front desk and he's like, come here, mommy, stand right there. And I just start crying. I broke down because I'm like, no, I already knew it. And I'm like, no, please, I promise, please. I went, showed them, I'm like, look, I don't got no drugs on me, no nothing. I went to get my baby back. I'm like, y'all could check the cameras. I went to go look for my baby back. Like, because I already know what they expect, like parents, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, they do crazy shit like that, you feel me? It happens. But I was not that mom. And anybody in them shelters, like, they knew I don't play that shit about my son. To this day, I don't play about my son. So they didn't even let me touch my son. I couldn't pack my son a bag, nothing. And they took my baby. And then they locked me up. You feel me? I called my son's father because who else am I going to call? I don't got nobody else to call. No matter what we going through, that's still your kid. I said, you need to go pick him up. I got locked up on a Wednesday. They told me until Friday, he's going to stay, you feel me, in the precinct. If somebody
Your
don't
kid.
come pick
Your
him up,
kid
yes,
sitting in
sir.
prison.
If somebody don't come pick him up, he's going to foster care. So I'm like, you need to go get him before Friday. This man did not go pick my son up. My son ended up in foster care. And still, because again, I knew, because like I said, my mom went through these things, you feel me? So now I'm like, even though like I'm young, but I have some type of knowledge. You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So now I got to play the system. Either my son going to be random with random strangers. I'm not going to see him, you feel me, for at least one time out of the week. Or I know that he's with his father and I could see him whenever I want. I could talk to him whenever I want until I get custody back of my son. So now I fought with ACS for them to release my son from foster care to his father. And they didn't want to do that. It took me a month. But
Right.
you feel me? My son was in foster care for a month.
Right.
I fought with them, and then they released him to his dad because they had all the proof. They had proof that he was, you feel me? He had records. He got gun charges. He got attempt murder. You feel me? Shit like that. And then out domestic violence. So they're like, "What are you saying? You feel me? You want this man to be with your son when you was just saying he's abusing you, all this other stuff?" And I'm like, no. Like I had to take it all back because I'm like, they're not gonna give him my son.
Everybody's story not gonna be the same.
That's a
And
fact.
everybody's journey not gonna be the same.
That's
So
a
you may
fact.
not understand, and it might not make sense to you now. Like, yo, God, if you love me, why you put me through all of this?
That was just
He
me the
only
other day.
he only
Yeah.
put
That's
the
a fact.
special ones through shit because when they come out other side in that room, all I saw was your heart. All I saw.
Don't
was-
make me cry. See,
No,
I told you I'm a
telling
big
you the
baby.
truth because I'm a girl's girl. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
for
And
real.
so all I saw was your heart. All I saw was you being genuine. All I saw was you just showing love.
Thank
And
you.
for you to sit here and say all the things that you have been through, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
And that may not make sense to you now, but it shows in that room why people like you go through what you go through because you're still able to say, I'm not going to take what I've been through or what somebody else did to me and carry it on my shoulder and walk
That's a
around with a
fact.
chip on. So, because sometimes that blocks your blessings.
Yes,
Now, you
ma'am.
came in here with good energy. You came in here full of smiles. You came in here with nothing but love. And for that, trust me,
And it's all up, mama.
Yo,
Thank you,
and
and
you
I
te-
appreciate
You
that.
10 out of 10. You heard? I'm trying to
Facts,
tell you,
yo,
man.
for
Like
real.
you got it. You who you
Thank
say
All
you
the
is.
way,
Yo, that's
all the way.
fire. Like yo, you know how hard it is to be your true self. You know
Yeah,
how
I'm
hard
proud
it
that
is
I
to
didn't
be
cry. I'm holding back the
transparent.
tears, but I'm
Like,
trying,
Like,
guys.
Girl, go ahead. Like,
That's
cry
the
if
hardest
you
thing you
need
could
to
do is be
cry.
100.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing you could do is be real.
Nah, but I feel like a lot of people like it's just you either got it or don't. Like that's
See.
something like I never ever been able to fake it. So
Right.
it's like when people sit there and they like, like I don't know how this person could just be so authentically themselves. I'm like, I don't know how you could fake it. Like
That's why your
I
page go
just can't-
crazy like that
Yeah,
because
I'm
you ain't
like, I
trying to do it.
can't.
It just
Yeah,
is what it
I
is.
don't know.
Faking
yeah.
it be stressful.
That's the process. That's
yeah,
what it
it's
is.
like
yo.
living up a facade, a
Like,
lie.
feel
Like,
me?
yeah, I just can't. I
Krissy,
can't
get me
do
together.
it.
Queen, talk to me, man. Where we from?
Yo,
Yes,
yo, yo,
Krissy,
what's
Krissy.
good, y'all? Y'all already know, man. It's your girl, Krissy Kamikaze. I'm outside, man. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I reside in Jersey, but you feel me? I'm big Jersey, man.
Talk that shit.
Everything on me, except for my little swag and my little attitude, is Jersey, man. Like when I
Okay.
came out here, that's how Krissy Kamikaze was made. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I'm an artist. I'm a dancer. I'm a video vixen. and I'm a mother. I'm a mother first before anything.
Oh, give me
though.
together.
Period.
Give me
Okay,
together.
okay.
Big
Give me
mommy
together.
Anna, man.
Everybody,
Big mommy Anna.
everybody standing on that. Like I like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
No, I like.
Yeah.
Give me
You know,
together.
you
Come
know.
on.
So, the people want to know:
Mm-hmm.
are you in a relationship right now?
Nah.
So you're single.
Nah, yeah, I'm big
Big
single.
single.
Man.
Big single.
Big.
Hold on, what
huge
happened?
single.
Why I gotta be so heavy on the big? Like what happened? It's good niggas out here, not too much.
Man, it's like the way society is going, it's not safe to be in a relationship right now. The way
Ooh.
people are themselves, like I feel like nobody has themselves together mentally to be in a relationship.
Talk to me.
Every, like you said, like it's so many fake people out here. Like you don't even know who you dating half the time.
Okay.
Like it's like, yo, you
The
told me your name was
represent-
Brendan, you acting like Brendan.
Oh,
I don't know.
he's gay.
Like,
Is he gay?
Brendan,
Is he gay?
Like,
Is
that's
crazy.
what that's
Is
like.
he
You know
gay?
what
I'm
I'm
trying to
saying?
understand.
I feel like
Okay.
a lot of people are just confused about their roles.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm a role type of girl. Like if you don't play your role and I can't play my role, I can't.
So what does your role look like?
My role looks like I am the one that is going to make sure that you are good mentally, physically, emotionally. My role is when you can't think of something that, let's say if we having a problem, right? If you having a problem yourself, my role is to make sure that you are well level-headed, and I'm here to give you the ideas that you need so we can get on. I am the one that's going to make sure you're not stressing while you actually are stressing. I'm going to take that stress off of you while you got to do what you need to do for us. And I said us.
So why
Because
you? Hold on.
when you with me, it's a us.
Hold on.
So-
Give me together. You cooking? So hold
here we
on.
go.
So hold on. So and you single? What happened?
Of course. Of course. You want to know why I'm single, though? Because a lot of men can't grasp that they can't handle a female like that. Like,
Oh
they
nah,
can't.
we love them.
Like,
Bring them over
but
here.
I'm
What
saying,
happened?
yes,
We
but
need
but real men like
Yeah,
that. I
hello?
always
That's
tell
a fact.
people it's a difference. I don't call everybody a nigga. It's a difference
That's a
between a
fact.
nigga and a man.
Okay.
I'm saying, I
No,
don't call
there's
everybody a
bitch
nigga.
ass
Like,
niggas.
Oh,
Then
God.
there's
then there's
niggas.
niggas.
And then there's
men.
men.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay,
You know what I'm
okay, I
saying?
receive,
So-
I receive.
So I feel like I'm just strong on it. Like I'm strong on it.
So give me together. How long was your last relationship?
Last year relationship I was in was 2 years.
So your
Okay.
your last relationship it lasted
Mhm.
2 years.
Yes, it
Who
did.
fucked up the relationship?
He did.
So it's his fault.
Yes, most definitely.
What did you do wrong
Most
though,
definitely.
in a relationship?
Honestly, what I did do wrong was stay for 2 years.
Oh,
Period.
Let's start there. You
she's
feel me?
cooking.
Like,
She's giving
She
out
cooking.
packs.
Like, clock
that's
it,
it.
clock
Okay.
it.
And
Okay.
that's the only thing I did wrong was stay for 2 years.
Okay.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it came to a point where it was like, you've been playing with me, but I've been playing with you the whole time. We've been playing with each other. Like, I know what you've been doing. I know what you have going on. I know the real. We arguing every day about what I know.
So is it safe to say? Get me together, Cash, so I can make sure. I just want to cook a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that they be known with I was gonna say we, but I don't want to be a part of that.
Right,
Is it safe to say that women be knowing what their man be doing the whole time, but they be acting like they don't know?
Mm-hmm.
Some women.
Some
It just
facts.
depends. It
Give me together.
just depends.
Talk to
It-
me.
Because it just depends on how well she can be able to read the red flags.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it depends on the way she checked the
Right,
temperature. She
right.
gotta know what's going on.
Right.
Okay, okay,
You gotta pay
okay.
attention. You gotta
Yeah.
pay
Oh,
attention.
so you
every
pay
day.
attention is what you're
Oh,
telling me.
most definitely.
You pay attention.
Most definitely.
So
For
how you know?
anybody that
So
I'm
what's
in the
so
room
so how
with.
you know when he on playtime? Like, give me together.
I
Like,
know. Okay, so like, watch this. So men have, not all men,
Give me-
but
right,
majority
right.
of men have this thing that they do. They want to start
Let
weird
it go.
arguments out of nowhere. Like we sitting down, we're chilling, and you just find a, yo, last week you didn't answer me for 2 hours. Remember?
this is him
And
communicating.
they
Yes.
be like,
You
what,
didn't-
what was you doing?
What was you doing?
What was you
So-
doing?
But he
Nigga,
might be
I spoke
toxic.
to
He
you.
might be
Talking about a
toxic.
man. She ain't talking about a man.
Yeah.
Give me
No,
together.
no.
No, that's
Yeah,
what we said.
yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
receive
Exactly.
that.
That's why I
receive
said
that.
it's not. That's why I
receive
said
that.
it's not men.
Right.
It's the boys that
And he
do
might
this.
be
Now,
toxic. Because I
like,
know when I be toxic, sometimes I start a little argument
yeah, but
about
it's
last
a
week.
it's a
But do you?
difference.
Oh,
See, we go.
Like,
here we
you
go. Here we
like,
go.
yeah,
See?
You
Here we
can't
go.
pick
So
and
I
choose
just need
when to
some
be
attention.
toxic.
I just
Yes,
need some
yes.
attention.
Okay.
But I feel like
There you
that's definitely a woman thing. Like that's definitely a woman thing.
Yeah,
If
I'm
I
not
start
really
arguing with you,
mad.
it's for attention. But when a man starts
Oh,
to,
nah,
when
hold
a
on, hold
boy,
on, hold on.
What?
Give me together.
That's a fact.
Give me together.
That's a fact.
So why would a woman
Uh-huh.
try to gain the attention
Uh-huh.
by trying to go back and forth with the man?
Because we
Why?
like that.
Why though?
Sometimes for a
We
little
like-
bit.
you know what it is? And I'm about to tell you why.
Wait.
I was gonna
Why?
say I was gonna
Why?
cook with you, but
Mhm,
hold on.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Communication
'Cause I
should
got
be
it
about
for
peace.
you.
It's
Talk to me.
both. It's
You know what I'm
both.
saying?
It is
I
both.
chose
No,
violence this morning.
But you
You
can't-
chose
She said
violence
this morning
this
is
morning.
crazy.
No,
That's
but-
the problem.
And
Okay, so wait,
sometimes,
no.
hold on, wait.
problem.
And no. Here's the problem. The
Please talk
problem
to me.
is that when you choose violence, you let the violence carry out to it really get physical and crazy. The violence can stop at, yo, you okay? Because
Okay.
when he knows his woman, He don't
Yes.
even feed into your BS.
Exactly.
So that's
He be
where I was
like,
going to
yo,
cook
you
at.
all right this morning? You okay? I know what it is.
Like, what you
Exactly.
mean?
I know what it is.
So
I know
look,
what
I
it
was
is.
going.
Come
No,
here.
y'all
You just
have
need.
to
Come here. You just want to sit on
understand
my
that
lap.
men
That's it.
and
But
women,
it be like
period,
that
operate
sometimes.
differently.
I need
So
him to
you
know
can't
me.
put yourself in a woman's position to start acting
Mhm.
feminine, right? And it's not to like try and like we supposed to both have our feminine and our masculine, right? But if you're coming to a female and you're starting stuff, right? You're trying to pick at her, you're trying to get her attention in that way. She's looking at you like you're not a man.
So what
Like you're
happens?
supposed to be
wait,
putting her in her place.
let me get you
So,
together.
But
right,
even
when
so,
she's coming
that's
with you like trying to start something, right?
But
She got a
hold
little
on.
attitude.
But
or
how does
something.
that work?
You're supposed to show
But
her
hold on,
like
but how does that
Put me
work?
in my place.
But how,
Like,
wait,
what
wait,
you
wait,
mean?
wait,
Exactly.
wait.
It's
But
like-
how does that work
What?
when you have a man that's dominant and he's staying on business
It makes no
and
sense.
you're getting in the way of his dominance? Just
Word
get
is
in the
bond.
way. Most
No,
women don't know how to get out
but
the
look,
way.
you
Does
see,
she wanna
that's
know what it is,
but
though?
no,
Does she
you guys,
wanna
you
know
guys
what
again
it
are
is,
taking
though?
it into the
I'm
toxic
getting out the
area,
way.
right?
Like this be-
She's
Thank
saying
you.
all she's doing is for like a little bit more attention, right? So if you
No.
go right, no, like
No,
it's
go
not gonna
ahead,
be
yeah.
a big argument, right?
No, go ahead.
So I don't know how she would, like make a little argument, but it's like to me, I'll be like, baby, you didn't kiss me last night. I'm mad
Right.
at you. I'm
Like-
don't talk to
No,
me.
we know how
Don't
to
touch
see
like
that. We know how to
that's,
see
but
that.
that's
Oh, you
what we're
wanna know what that
talking
is,
about.
though?
That's what we're talking about in
But
the
that's
sense
not
where
what
like
she's
starting
talking
up.
about.
Nah,
No,
nah,
she's
nah,
I don't
so
think
no,
she's
no. So
talking
you see,
about
you're
that.
on a
No,
whole
she's
nother level
not
of
talking about
toxic.
that.
She's talking about
No, no, no,
violence.
no.
She's
You
toxic.
wanna know what it
She
is,
said
though?
violence. She
Right.
said
Get it
violence.
together.
What it is a lot of women lack the word that's called maturity.
Okay.
That's a fact.
You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
definitely immature.
So
Sometimes.
Let 'em cook.
If you telling me, babe, so you ain't kissing me, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a proper way for you to be able to communicate.
You gotta
fact.
talk to me properly.
That's
You
a
know what I'm saying?
fact.
Like
No,
you gotta
just
be able
kiss
to
me.
tell me the
Fact.
way that you feel.
Just kiss me.
Mhm.
You
No,
know
I
what I'm saying?
got
In order
you.
for me to be able to do
I
better.
mean-
No, you're absolutely right.
because the
You're
next day, you
absolutely
know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Mhm.
with you,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
right?
Uh-huh.
Get me
Right.
together.
No, cook. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get me
With
together.
you, you've been through some things.
No, I never been
No,
through
no, no,
nothing.
no, 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 no.
Hold on, come
Please.
closer, come closer. Get
I
that,
never
get
been
that
through
frame.
nothing.
Please, look.
I'm just a little.
Right.
I'm just a little like sick in my head a little bit. I never been.
Nah,
through,
she
I
know-
never dealt with
she
no
said
nigga.
no, she was
I never
born
dealt with
like
no nigga
this.
cheating on me because
Okay.
when niggas come, they come ready.
Right.
So I never
Ooh.
really dealt
So
with
why
that.
do you feel as though that sometimes
It be
or you
me.
might deal
It
with
do
a
be
man-
me. Like it do be me.
So what?
They be ready. They be
You went through
focused.
something though.
No, I never
Nah?
went through nothing. I think because my daddy gave me everything, I'm a
Right, right,
spoiled
right.
brat.
Oh.
And so it's like there is a trauma behind that.
Right,
like
right.
I get everything I want. So it's like I only know how to cry for the things I want.
So you
I
want your
had
ma-
my daddy.
So
And
you
every
want your-
time he'll tell you the
Right,
same thing, he'd be
right.
like, "Yo, good luck, my brother."
Oh.
So you-
So
So you
he's
want your
cooking
man to
for you.
become your daddy.
I do want my man to become my daddy.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Listen,
Okay.
not too much, right?
But-
We got a superstar in the
do.
building. I want you to
Yeah, I know.
introduce
That's
yourself to the
facts.
people
Period.
and let them know who the fuck you is so they can
Talk
know
to
what's
'em.
going on. Get them together so they can know
What's
what's going
up?
on.
Talk to him.
It's your girl, Holiday, the Golden Child. Bad bitch, good credit. Yeah, I said it. You might know me from Zeus, Johnson's Cabaret, season 4, New York. You might know me from 8 at the Table podcast. Showing these women out here how to keep them in, how to get a ring, how to
Okay.
how to up their score, how to keep their coochie clean.
Okay? Let's normalize that because a lot of these women nowadays don't give a fuck about their
They
coochie.
sure
That
don't.
feminine
They don't care about their
They don't care what they
They don't
eat.
care.
They don't care what they put on their
That's why my
body.
slogan is bad bitch, good credit, because I think a lot of women misconcept what being a bad bitch is.
Okay.
And it's your aura, it's your essence, it's your energy, it's your private parts smelling good, it's
You
your
looking
upbringing, whether it was good or bad, does it make you a great person now?
Mhm.
It's character, it's just everything. It's just being a lady,
Okay.
and I think we all go through that phase of like trying to prove something. So we're
Correct,
tough
okay.
and we want to talk back and we want to. And I hate the word soft girl ever because I've always been soft. I just think being able to be that in all occasions, whether you upset, not letting. There's this thing of like when emotions are high, intelligence is low. So you
Period.
don't get a chance to really articulate what you really want, what you mean. Even if you are upset, I say I laugh and I joke and I say I'm toxic. I'm not joking, but I am a little bit. And when I say toxic, everything can't be too perfect for me. And it can be, but it can't be. And the person for me, he kind of understands, like, I need you to just shake shit up a little bit. Like,
Make
just
it interesting.
just
Keep it
make,
interesting.
whether we role play, just figure it out how you gonna do it. Cause I need it, and I didn't grow up with daddy issues. My parents married, loving family, spoiled. They love me. To this day, I pick up the phone right now. My mama going to answer. She be like, girl, what you want? And I tell her, you my new nigga. She going to be like, hi, son-in-law. Yeah, she's focused.
She on that. So get me together. So would you say it's safe to say that with your parents, because they're together now, right? Mom and
Yeah.
dad still together. Would you?
Well, my dad passed away in 2015.
Sorry.
But it's okay. It's cool. He got his hands on me, and every man that come my way, I know it's him.
That's a
Okay.
fact.
Yeah, because he ain't settling for nothing less.
Oh, I feel you. I love
but
that. Talk to me.
coming from where I come from, no, I don't have the story she had, but I know my heart is the same because my house was the foster care home. You know what I'm saying?
When you took the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom was the emergency home.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and when they would come into my home, you know, they didn't know what the difference was. They were so used to being mistreated that they would have these outbreaks. My mom was like, yo, she sat me down. This is the early ages of communication. Like, they don't come from what you come from. They don't have what you have. They don't know what love is. They don't know that the refrigerator is open to them and they can get what they want and they don't gotta hide food. There's a way to handle when you don't do something that we may like or disagree with. So acting out is not gonna get you the right attention. And so me seeing that made me the person that I am.
And I can see that in you for sure.
And so like if a foster kid came into my house and they was around my age, when you went to school, you my sister.
Yeah.
When I go get my hair done, you go get your hair done. When I get Jordans, you get Jordans. You know what I'm saying? And when your money come, that's your money. You know what I'm saying? My mom and my dad going to teach you the right things to do with it. So when you do and you not here no more and you do go with somebody else and you in a position, you're a little smarter, you know how to handle it.
And you also know now what love actually is.
Absolutely.
So
I still run into my little foster sisters now. Hell yeah. Like they out here still wilding, but they, you know, it was my little sisters.
Yeah, because everybody, like what you said, everybody got their own path. So it's like you're not gonna judge them on them. You're gonna still love them for who they are. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I never been a person to judge a book by its cover because I've seen people like, I'm the person that's gonna give away my clothes to my homegirl, but I'm not gonna do it in front of everybody.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a code behind
it.
And
I don't never gotta let nobody know
like
I gave her that, or
that's a fact.
she looked out for me, or I looked out for her. It's not. I'm not in this. I'm a God's child first and foremost.
Talk about it.
So I'm definitely not a person. God says when you give unto those who need, you don't tell everybody because then it wasn't genuine.
It wasn't genuine.
So it's no need for me to talk about what I'm doing for you because I'm really doing it from the kindness of my heart because I really want to make sure you okay. And I don't need reciprocity from it. I'm going to get my reciprocity. For sure. You know what I mean? And so I've moved through my whole entire life like that. But everybody don't get to see your heart like that. Some people see the exterior and see my flesh. So they'll never get a chance to know this person, which is okay because that's God protecting me from people who don't deserve to get to know me like that. You know? And everybody who meets me is not going to meet the same person. Is not going to have the same experience, you know? But for the most part, the consistent story would be, yo, she's a hard worker. She love hard. She wear her heart on her sleeve. You know what I mean?
What's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
You're Sagittarius. Are you single?
That's private.
Give me together.
It's for the person that's trying to occupy that space. That's the only person I need to answer.
But how would they know if they don't know if you're single?
I mean, if they got to figure it out. My mom always said when a man wants something, he know how to get it. So I don't think I got to have too many words.
So you single?
It's none of nobody's business.
So you are single.
It's for the person who's checking for me.
But how would they know?
They gotta figure it out.
She said check for her. That's what she just said.
It's not because here's the gag, right? If I say I'm single, my DMs is flooded with a bunch of niggas I'm not searching for.
Right.
The person that catches my attention, either we have the conversation that I'm in a relationship when they're interested, or we have the conversation of I'm not in a relationship and I'm available for you, but I'm not going to block a potential interaction that could sometimes it does lead with attraction, and we're not meant to date. We're meant to do something else, and I've met a lot of great people like that. So if I walked around with my personal life on display, my personal life is for those who are close to me. That's something that people don't protect anymore. You know, I see this meme going around like it's hard to keep my personal life personal and still be a content creator. I just have mastered that.
Right.
So my personal life is my personal life, and it is a mystery to other people, and I'm okay with that. I share what I want to share.
Right.
You know, and most of my journey is what I share. When it starts involving another party, that's not my business no more.
Okay.
That's somebody else's business.
Okay.
So you know, if they know, they know. If you around, you around. If you in the same spaces as me, then you see what you see.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you were to be single, do you enjoy it?
I think I'm a lover girl.
Okay, so you enjoy
And
being in a
I'm a
relationship.
wifey.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I'm a person who I like to flirt. I like to be outside. I like the attention. I like I was a stripper for many years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you
See.
know, you know. King of Diamonds, Miami. I lived in Miami 10 years. I lived in London. Anywhere there was a strip club, I danced. Starless before it was. I'm outside.
Okay.
I did it.
Okay.
You know, and for me, I'm not gonna say I'm not excited about too much. I'm excited about traveling. I'm excited about understanding different lineages in these countries that I'm visiting. Is no longer just vacation for me. I'm learning how to make extra streams of income.
Okay.
I'm learning how to I like somebody for them, and not for
Okay.
what they could do for me,
Yes.
Okay.
and not for what they can give me.
So let me ask you
And
this.
yeah,
Let me ask you this. So to be with you,
right.
what is 3 things he must have?
A great personality,
Okay.
good sex,
Okay. What's that? Nah, keep going. Continue.
and financially literate.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. So looks, none of that matter.
Of course, looks, but you said
I was
top
about to say,
3.
don't do
I
that.
mean, I think looks comes after all of that.
Okay.
Cause if
Okay.
if he don't got a good personality and he just fine and the sex is whack and he's stupid, when it come to paper, he don't know how to handle his paper. I'm not attracted
He's
no more.
ugly now.
He's not attracted to
Bars,
me
I
anymore.
received. I like that. No, that matters.
But
That
for the
matters.
guy who may not be America's aesthetically pleasing
Right.
male and in the top 20 pick, I'm still he can still check for me too. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, like I said, I always say I'm God's child because he got his hands on me. So one, you are what you attract, and unfortunately, if y'all women out there are attracting bullshit, then you might be full of some shit.
You might be on some bullshit, sis.
You might be on some
You
bullshit.
heard it first. You might be on
have
some
to take a
bullshit.
look
Said
and
you
take
might
a
be
step
on some
back,
shit.
and maybe
Yeah,
you just
word up.
keep attracting and entertaining. Like I tell her, I give her a speech all day. I be like, but you entertaining it.
So
You
she
say-
be entertaining.
You
huh?
say you don't like it.
So
You
she be
say you don't want
entertaining,
this. You know, not because it's private.
Nah, I'm cooking. I'm playing.
But women say they don't like this and they don't like that, and I get it. There are certain situations where it's a trauma response and people trauma bond. So it's not easy to just say. It's easier said than done to just walk away. I do understand that 100%.
Yeah.
Because I too have been in some relationships where I'm like, how the fuck did I get here?
What happened?
And why am I still here?
Right,
Right.
And why am I
right,
still
right.
letting this nigga
What am
talk
I
to me
doing
like this?
then?
And you're still about to go over there.
You know, but you know what's
having
crazy?
this conversation while you
but I
driving
be
to the
feeling
nigga
like-
house.
But you know what's
Facts.
crazy? I be feeling
Facts.
like the women just be bored. Like we just be bored.
It
and just
ain't-
be like,
I used to be bored
Nah,
and
for
go out
me,
to
I'm not
eat.
trying to add another one to my list. I ain't
Oh, I
never
don't care
going to
about
sit
that.
here and
I'm
no,
okay-
no, no,
I'm
no.
okay with
until,
adding
another-
until I get
I don't
comfortable.
care
There's no
about
list.
this. I don't even.
But
I'm
no,
about to
no,
say I
no.
don't
She
even
said
got a
there's
list.
no list.
There is no
Deleted.
list.
There's no list.
There is
There's
no
no
list.
I
It's
fuck
gone.
who I want.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I
There
be
is
with
no
who I
list.
want.
If that's who I like and that's
Mhm.
what I want to do,
Yes.
I'm grown.
Yeah.
No,
Whoever is-
it can't even be a conversation.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not even that's not even your place. You out of
pocket.
Thank you.
place.
Oh, no, I'm
tell
not
me-
saying for
hold on.
niggas to ask.
No,
I don't
no,
care
no,
No,
about that.
I'm
just
saying
talking
like
about
I'm
me
just saying for
personally.
the
No,
num
no.
for the
And,
number,
yeah.
even just for yourself.
Oh yeah, no, I don't care.
If that's what I wanted to do, it's not another body.
So
This
give me
is what I
another.
wanted
You
to
can't
do.
make me
if
feel no type of way
if
about what
bro
I
come up
did.
to you and he like y'all kicking his calm. He
Uh-huh.
matched those pillars of where we need to be at. But he
Okay,
like, big girl, like, feel
mhm.
me? I just want to know, like, how many bodies you got? It's
I can't remember.
done. So he doesn't need to know.
I can't remember.
So let me ask you a
How
question.
you want me to remember everybody?
No, I don't want you to
And
remember
that doesn't
everybody.
mean
Right,
that
she
in a real world, right?
Give me
I've
together.
traveled.
Right.
I'm not saying every city, every country.
But
I
you
done,
done.
I've
You had fun.
traveled.
You done
I've
things.
had fun.
You done things.
And so, you want me to sit here and tell you everybody's name? I'm such a grown up.
Brenda, Felicia.
I'm such a grown up that we've had one night stands.
Okay.
So you want me to sit here and tell you his name? I don't remember
don't
his
know,
name,
right?
and I'm sure he remembers mine.
Right.
However,
He knows. Okay.
I don't remember his
But
name.
even
So-
to come up with
and
a
it's-
number
and
is
it's-
crazy.
To come up with a number means that I'm sitting here saying I've only had sex with 4 people in my life, and they were just significantly important. No, let's just talk about this.
I think that's the
from,
dumbest
from,
thing
from
to ask,
16
though.
to 21.
Facts.
You don't
What is-
remember.
I had long-term boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
4 years, 6 years, 7 years, but we break up.
Okay.
And when we break up, I'm young. So
Okay.
I'm
Outside.
definitely going and dating Sean that I've been liking, that been checking for me, that been on my body. I date him for 3 weeks. I finally give him some. I'm happy to give him some.
'Cause gold
I
is
enjoyed
so
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
And then now T that was been with on and off for 4 years
Okay.
want to come back and start acting right again.
So now,
I go back.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we break up because you know I don't have kids, right?
Okay.
That I birthed.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
We'll
So,
talk about it.
but it's too many to remember that I've had a lot of unimportant, unfamiliar. I've had good sex, great sex, amazing sex. Like my sex life is. If I could put it on a screen and y'all could watch it, I'd be rich because I've had
TMI,
great
I
sexual
would like
experiences.
I have a question for you. Because I'm sure it's different for everybody.
I don't
right?
want to take none of them back.
Nah, that's not even where I'm at with it.
Yeah,
What does great sex look like for you?
great sex looks like sexy sex. I like
Okay.
sex. I have
Okay.
sexy sex.
Okay, I
You
hear
know,
I hear you.
like it's all about from everything leading up to we about to do it.
Okay.
It's so much leading up that
So you
you're
like the marketing.
like
She
you're
likes the
like you're
marketing, but-
texting you're texting me
Okay.
like
Okay.
you can have any. Yeah, it's that.
So you
It's-
still-
it's- I-
so
I
you're
think
really
I
a
love
girly
you.
girl. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
listen, so-
I'm a sugar plum honey dove.
So let me ask you a question.
Run it.
So is it safe
Yeah.
to say we've been talking for 3 weeks and we go together real bad already?
We go together
Facts.
real bad. If I talk to you every day from Monday to Friday, because that's me. That's me. Anybody who's ever dated me, shout out to you. Or even just remotely, like just, and when I say date, I don't mean relationship. I mean
Not like
date.
this Kiki.
Right.
Yeah, we
Talking.
kiki. They get cut off because they just think I'm one of
They
them,
made it
and I
up.
be like,
Right.
I'm not one of
I'm
them.
her.
And I gotta
Period.
just go cold turkey and just show
Mhm.
you. They call back and be like, so you really?
Carry
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
I am.
Facts.
I'm
Mhm.
done. I gave you the space to do what you needed to do. I told you the do's and don'ts as you told me your boundaries. Now, if I disrespected your boundaries, you wouldn't like that too tough, right?
Mm.
So I need you to respect mine. If this is what I'm setting forth, and I'm telling you, and I'm being transparent, because everybody love this word, transparent.
It's big.
Yeah. Okay. Is it?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
It
Well,
should be.
well then,
It's-
then you
it's-
should do it. You should do it and consistently do it.
Mhm.
Don't
agree.
don't objectively or pick and choose when you want to
Be transparent.
be
Exactly.
transparent.
Right,
Like,
right.
no, even if I don't volunteer information or ask information, you should just be wanting to give that to a person you're trying to get to know. I'm trying, because me, this is her. Hi, this person you meeting right now, you're getting her day 1, you're getting her day 2. So if you do not like how I'm moving or what I got going on or what I'm attached to or who I, incorporate myself with, you can go.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
And 9 times out of 10, they don't go. And we're on the phone for hours, and it turns into you're the first girl I've ever been on the phone with for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Like,
I
I
hate
can't-
it here.
She been talking.
I
don't
hate it here.
Well, they love it
Hey,
here.
yo,
These
listen.
mediocre
Yo, listen.
ass
Yeah,
Watch
these
this.
That's
mediocre
Watch this.
ass
what-
niggas.
Yo, watch this. I love where this table going because I think it aligns with the topic of today. But before we even get in that space, we got my brother Cass over here. I will introduce you, but tell him who you is, get him familiar with you, talk your shit real quick, and then we're gonna go crazy. Okay, let him
Yeah,
know.
man, this your boy Casanova Red, man. Brooklyn born, man. Jersey raised me.
Okay,
So I
receive.
do music. I'm just trying to think of what else.
AKA,
Uh,
leaving the part out.
what?
Her new boyfriend.
Oh.
No, I'm playing. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying?
It's
leaving it
solidified.
out.
So it's safe to say she is in a
Solidified.
relationship, guys. And here's her boyfriend. We're
Right,
announcing
right,
it here
right.
on Rock's Point of View. Here we go. Nah, I'm on some bullshit. I'm on
And
some
all them
bullshit.
other chicks that's watching you, like,
They
don't need
sure
that.
is gonna
I
watch.
can fight.
They gonna be right in your
She
DMs. Are you
said-
crazy? Are you serious?
Yeah, I can fight.
Are you serious?
And I'll die about the stick.
No,
Don't play.
dying.
She said, and
So
I'll
get
die
me
about
together,
this
King.
dick.
Yeah.
So Casanova, Brooklyn raised, you said?
Yeah.
Brooklyn raised.
Brooklyn raised.
Okay.
Flatbush.
How does
Shout out-
Casanova feel that you
Shout out to the
Casanova
Zoes.
too?
Because I'm a real Casanova.
That's right.
It's
Talk
only
that
one
shit.
Casanova,
Clock
not
right.
two.
I like
sides.
Okay.
I like a
Okay.
You know what I'm
gangster.
saying?
And
Facts.
he said that on the camera.
Facts.
Right.
Let him
Talk
cook.
about.
It's only one Casanova.
Okay,
man.
let him cook. I
You know what I'm
receive.
saying?
I
mean,
receive.
you know.
So how long have we been doing music?
So we've been doing music for a while.
Okay.
Because I was dealing with the game. Then I had got locked up.
Like the artist, the game.
Right.
Okay,
Facts.
okay, okay.
Then I had got locked up. Did like a 10 to 15.
Okay.
What?
Um,
Went to jail.
yeah, facts.
So how was that? So how was that experience dealing with the game? And so you was dealing with the game when the game was in his like.
Right. So at the time, whatever Gang, he had a because it was a record label, whatever, called a Black Wall Street.
Right. Okay. I'm familiar with
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's when he started fucking with 50 and them, whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he had came with his label, whatever, to Jersey. Then that's when I had met somebody, whatever, that had knew him and had knew the label and
Facilitated the
that's
deal.
way that-
That's
You know what I'm
amazing.
So you was in Miami at the house party?
Nah,
Um,
nah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, nah.
He wasn't there.
It wasn't time for us to meet.
Cash wasn't
Yeah.
there.
Nah.
I
She
was
wasn't there.
wild then. I'm not wild no more.
She changed her life. She changed her life, bro. She changed her life.
Except for the better.
So I've been,
Yeah,
I know we was supposed to do this,
facts.
but we was promoting it, and then the universe became the universe. You know what I'm saying? So
facts,
I didn't want to promote it again until it was real, and now
Facts.
you here. But when I was promoting it, the ladies was asking me like, "Yo, is he in a relationship? Is he in a relationship?" So they
Ooh.
want to know,
She said,
Who was that?
who?
is Casanova Red in a relationship?
Yeah, because I'm married, you heard?
You're married.
asked
bro.
that?
Okay.
You're
facts,
married.
Yeah.
You're a married
Wait,
man.
you're a married man?
Married man. Shout out to the wife, man. Word is
Oh,
bond.
you
Shout
got
out
a
to
ring
the
on.
Yeah.
Oh, he do got a ring
Shout
on.
out
Okay.
Yeah.
That's bars.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love that.
sorry,
All right,
wifey.
Love that.
Hey,
All
yo,
right, King.
let me explain something to
Sorry,
you.
wifey.
10 out of 10.
Well, I was about to say, no
That's-
disrespect.
That's
We
10 out
love
of
was
10.
over here
love
clapping
that.
for
Respect,
that.
respect to the queen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, that's real shit.
Right.
Yo, I
Yes.
think that's real.
That's
to
a
just stand
king.
behind
That's
it
a
and
king.
carry it.
Love that.
That's real shit. So, how long you been married?
5 years now. We've been married
5
for
years.
5 years now.
Wow,
5 years.
God
Okay.
bless.
Okay. So,
Absolutely.
early stages. Who bagged who? Did she bag you, or you bag, or did you bag her, or was it a mutual pro? Like, how did that happen?
Both.
Oh,
Both.
okay, so it's
both.
mutual.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
definitely a mutual
Okay.
thing.
So, what type of woman suits the criteria of Casanova Red? What does she have to look like? What does she have to be?
She got to be loyal.
10 out of 10, I perceive.
You know what I'm saying? She has to be loyal. She got to know what she wants. She has to have a head up, goes on her shoulders, whatever. And she got to be my reflection.
Okay.
So,
From what perspective? Reflection, like as far as?
Like, she has to be me as I am her. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So basically, we got to have like so many things in common, whatever, like so we could get one another.
You're trying to be equally
That makes
yoked.
any
Yeah.
sense.
Is what
Okay.
you're
You
saying.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Facts.
So she gotta know. She gotta be your left to your right. Like she gotta be
do.
like.
Period.
She do
Facts.
because
gotta
you wanna know
know.
what it is too, though. The same way like women feel about men, same thing that men feel about women.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to find that right person because like 9 times out of 10, whatever, like the people that you meet, they got that mask on.
Right.
Mhm.
That
You get what I'm
representative.
saying?
That representative.
So it's dangerous.
Right.
Mhm.
It is dangerous.
And not just that. So now we got like a whole bunch of diseases because out there, whatever.
It's a
Doing
lot
that
going on.
talk.
Right, yeah. Not
It's
Right now,
outside.
what they said,
You know what I'm saying?
Texas,
So
and
it's
I
like,
think, what is
yeah.
it,
So it's
Pennsylvania,
dangerous.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
is high
So
with
it's dangerous.
HIV.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Was it
Yeah.
18? No, yeah, it was 18.
It's more than
Yeah.
that.
So I'm
It's
assuming-
18,000.
I'm not gonna ask you.
No,
Nah, what happened?
talk,
Why
talk.
not? Talk about
I'm
it.
saying so. I'm assuming you're faithful.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm not asking.
She changed that, yeah. Definitely faithful.
No, I'm only saying I don't
Yeah.
want nobody to think because I don't play with married men.
So as you
But
should.
Yeah.
I'm saying that to say because you made the comment like there's new diseases out here,
Right,
so
right.
you know niggas know that,
Yeah.
and they
But they
still
still-
step out and
yeah,
then
but
come
they
home
still
to their
play.
lady,
And they
Right,
kiss her
right,
in the
right.
mouth.
and kiss their baby in
They
their
kiss
mouth.
kids
the
and all of
baby.
that.
Nah,
Yup,
facts.
that's
And,
the
you know
worst
what
I'm saying?
disrespect.
Yeah,
And that's a dirty dick nigga.
That's a dirty dick.
That's
nigga.
a
That's
fact.
dirty
You know what I'm
dick.
saying?
That's a
So,
dog.
That's a dirt ball.
Those
That's a
are
dog.
the
He's a
bitch ass
bozo.
niggas
Okay,
that we
that's what
categorize.
we was
That's
talking
the
about?
yes, the
Okay,
bitch ass
okay,
niggas.
okay.
That's
I
where
like
they
that.
fall
Yes,
into.
that's where they fall into.
Okay.
yeah, but I still feel like it goes back to because I've been engaged, and I feel like you know when you walk a certain way, you attract a certain man, and men know when they met the woman they want to put a ring on it.
Right.
Like they know, like they look at her and they be like, "Yo, you the one."
Right.
Kaz,
And
How
it's
did-
before
how
you
did you
took.
know?
It's
Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because now that
From a
she said
man's
that,
perspective, and we
how
at
did
the
you
table.
know? How
so
did
now,
you know?
yes.
Like, this is the woman that I'm gonna put the ring on.
This
That's
is
a
my
fact.
wife.
Right.
Yeah.
the one that I want to be with.
let
for
them
the
know
rest
that
of
I'm
my
right because
life.
I be giving the girls gems.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
them
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like when
Period.
you
Cook.
saw her, you knew.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And how long
wa-
did it
it
take
didn't-
you
it
to
didn't
Oh,
take
you
actually
know
that
what it
long.
was
It
though,
didn't
bro?
take that
Talk to
long.
me. Get me
It didn't
together.
take that long.
Her eyes.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay.
Eyes, man.
We like
You
that.
felt her
Okay.
soul. You see that?
Eyes, bro. I mean, like the smile, the conversation, like shit was just different, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause she changed me.
Mhm.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She really made me a better
That's
man.
so
yeah,
cute.
You get what I'm saying?
Cook.
So it's like, so for her, why not be the man that she was looking for, as opposed to the man that she left her with in the past, who was not treating her right.
Cook
Talk that
King.
talk.
Cook
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
King.
saying?
Correct.
You had a
Correct.
No, real
choice.
talk.
That's a
Correct.
fact.
Yeah, but
Correct.
sure,
It's
and
like-
that's also
I like that.
like adds to like when women be like, oh, all men cheat, they not shit. No, he not shit
He
for
just
you.
don't thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
yes.
don't fucking shoot like that.
yes.
You're not the girl that makes him
Yeah, I
that
think-
makes him wanna
But that
walk on the
also-
outside of the street. But
Mhm.
today,
I tell
today,
women that all the
Yeah.
time.
Today I
You'll
was-
know he don't like you.
I was with
Yeah.
my homegirl, and she's went on a date, and I just happened in third wheel mistakenly. I don't even know how that happened, but we walk in, and he ends up on the outside of us,
Right.
which is the street. And I stopped and I looked, and they was like, "Why you stop?" I said, I know you get over shit real fast." I said, "But he's the one."
Mm.
And she was
Mhm.
like, "Where you come?" And I'm never wrong.
Aw.
Mhm.
And I said, "He's the one." She's like, "Why?" And my friend is so like, she don't see none. She don't see none of it.
Yeah.
But me, somebody who grew up with parents and
You on
understand
it.
how a man is supposed to move, I'm like, he walked on the outside of the street, not
Thank
only
you.
protecting you, but protecting your
Us,
friend.
Us.
And
Mhm.
protecting
Mhm.
us as women, which
fact.
means whether he had his mother there or not, because I can't even stand on that and say, well, he must have had his mama. And no, he just understands what it is, and he's choosing you.
Yes.
Correct.
Mhm.
That's the
Yes,
bigger picture I want
yes.
you to see.
I
He's
like that.
choosing you, and when a
Mhm.
man chooses you, you don't have to ask for
For
nothing.
nothing.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
going.
He's gonna line up. He's gonna
Yes,
tighten up. He's
thank
gonna
you.
tighten up.
Thank
Yo,
you. Clock it.
I wanna give you flowers, King, because
I appreciate it.
a lot of men are afraid to claim they women now.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
A lot of men are afraid. Not
Right.
even a lot of men, a lot of people, but just
Right, right.
to speak.
She's
for-
not. She must not be
Yeah,
that
facts.
great.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
She
Nah,
can't be
facts.
that great.
But no, it's not even that.
I
You
don't
know
think
what
that's
it
what I'm
is?
saying.
No, I don't-
It
yeah, I
has
don't
to,
think that's
it's a
what it
both.
is.
It's sometimes it's men and sometimes it's women. Sometimes men they sit and they choose women who they know that is not who they want because we don't want to be alone. Both sides. You feel me? Because I stood in relationships that I shouldn't have been in because I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to leave because I knew I'm like, damn, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to have to face life at all alone.
You know-
Sometimes it's better
Or
just with a
some
partner,
people-
even when that shit is toxic.
Yo, but you know what it is?
Facts.
But and you
Or
correct.
some
But
people
I,
might
but I
have
even
feel
something to
me?
gain.
but I even think it's from a different perspective. From the perspective of motherfuckers would rather be cool
Mhm.
than be real.
Than be real.
Right,
That's
right,
a
right,
fact.
right, right,
That's
facts,
true.
facts,
Because
yeah.
there's a lot of niggas that got some good ass women at home.
That's a
Let's
fact.
not deny
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
lot of
Yes,
niggas
yes.
that end up with
Yes.
baby girl and she 10 out of 10. She
Fact.
fire.
But that's when
Yeah.
she needs to realize
Yo,
that
but you know
you
what
are
happens?
with somebody
But you-
that
but you-
don't
but you
want
know
to
what
change.
happens? But watch
Exactly,
this.
'cause that's why I said it's not
But watch
always
this.
about you.
But she don't know.
Mm.
She don't know he playing with her.
Yeah, right,
she
right,
don't
right,
know that
right,
he
right.
outside.
Yeah.
Cause he coming, cause his mask is he wearing
Yeah,
it. He got
yeah,
the poof
fact.
shiesty on, the new shit.
Right,
The
right.
shit that's heavy on
Right,
it never
right.
come off.
Nah,
Cause you
facts.
feel what I'm saying? He playing a role.
Or
So
Man, I feel like-
there's a lot of girls out here. I don't care how fire they are, how amazing, how beautiful they are, because I meet them every single day.
Mhm.
They don't know their worth.
Yes.
And what happens is
Mhm.
that a lot of women stay somewhere because it's like, I don't want to have to start all over and try to find me. And it's
Exactly.
not about the money,
Right, right, right.
but I don't want to have to go start all over to find me a new nigga that's going to do all the
Mhm.
things my man is doing for me and showing up. And even if he is doing this cheating, he's really good at it.
Mhm.
And I don't want
know
to.
nothing.
And you ever heard the saying, if you go looking for something, you find
You
it?
Oh, yeah.
find
So
it.
women don't look for it,
Yeah,
especially the women that want to stay in the great position that they feel is great
Right,
for
right,
them.
right, facts.
I'm not going to look for nothing because if he is, I don't want to misunderstand nothing. I don't want to overthink something. I don't want to start not trusting him because this is going to break up our fairy tale. And women love a fairy tale.
So
Oh,
And I
She
feel
was
like
a
I
sometimes
got a
you
question
shouldn't
though for
have
the
to-
females,
yeah,
right?
yeah. She
Uh-huh.
was a.
So, because I know whatever that man you was talking about that as well too.
Mhm.
So, if a man was to love you and be inside of
Inside
a
me.
relationship, whatever,
Mhm.
you, you feel what I'm saying? So he made a mistake. Do you feel as though that you guys should give him a second
Thank you.
chance?
Okay, so hold on,
Do
wait.
you
wait.
feel as
I
though that you
was
should
me.
give him
He
a
was
second
mad.
chance?
He was
okay,
mad at
okay,
me.
can I?
Nah, I'm
Okay,
just
okay,
saying,
okay,
like,
wait.
yeah, like,
Not
do you-
supposed to answer a question with a question, but I'm going to ask a question. If I make a mistake,
Right,
Yes.
if I make a mistake,
right.
Is it okay?
Should I forgive you?
can you forgive me?
Depending on what you
Absolutely.
did.
Hell. Hell no.
I can forgive you
Okay.
depending on what you did.
Thank
Forgive
you.
me
I was
for
about
what?
to say,
Yeah,
you have
I
to say
don't-
depending on
I
what
don't know
you
What am I
did.
forgiving
just fell
for?
on his
What
dick.
you
I'm
do?
sorry.
No, that
Whoa,
don't
whoa,
work.
whoa,
That
no,
don't work.
no,
That
no,
don't
no,
work. That don't even work.
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the
section.
comments.
I was just about to say, it
That don't even work.
depends. It
Yeah, for
depends.
real.
That don't
It
even
don't
work.
work.
It
No,
depends. That don't
because
work.
you want to know why, and I'm about to break it down for
You
y'all.
cheated.
No.
You cheated. I forgive you.
You gotta forgive me.
Why?
Let me tell you why.
Tell me.
Women in today's society are supposed to carry themselves in a way better wait. In a way better way
Then I'm in.
than a man,
Mhm.
which is a fact. Right.
It's a big
Right.
fact.
Mhm.
So for because a woman to go around spreading her legs,
Mm-hmm.
there's a big difference when a man is going around and
Mm,
giving
for real?
females
You
dick.
tell.
Hold on. Oh,
You
wait.
tell.
You
Hold
lost
on,
it.
hold
no,
on.
I don't
Hold
see
on.
that.
Hold
I
up,
agree
though.
with you.
Let me cook.
Let him
Put it in the
I
comment
agree.
section.
Let him
Talk
cook
that
it.
shit.
Let him
I
cook it.
agree.
Hold
What
on,
happened?
right?
And
What
I'm
happened?
a piggyback.
If
But go
you
ahead.
have
Mm-hmm.
kids, correct? You got a son, you got a daughter, right? You're going to feel more safer.
Baby boy, get it
Word
together.
is born. You're going to feel more safer than your son, and then for you to be having a conversation with your daughter because the neighborhood is talking about how they knocked her off.
Absolutely not.
Okay, let me explain something to you.
Absolutely not.
What do you
Let me
mean?
know,
What?
did you live-
Whoa,
I have a son.
that's crazy.
So
What?
I
I
feel
have a
like
son.
when it
I have
comes
a
to
son.
both, yeah, but
Oh.
I have a son as well. So I don't have no double standards when it comes to that as a mom. Now, when I
Right.
come to real life, because when he get older and he a
Mhm.
grown ass man, and I raised him to be the man that he's supposed to be, and then
Right.
he choose to make certain
Yes.
mistakes that he want to make, he a man.
Right.
So I cannot judge him, and I'm just gonna have to be there for him and pray
Correct.
for him.
Right.
But as relationships, like I said, I do agree with what you're saying. As
Right.
a man,
Mhm.
they are supposed to be the dominators. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You're supposed to be taking something. That's
Right.
that's what men are here for. You get what I'm
So
saying?
watch
I
this. So
can't-
hold on, wait. So before y'all
Talk
go
to
down
him,
that
Rob.
road,
Yeah.
go down that
Go
road,
ahead.
I want to bring in the topic of the day. 'Cause
Okay.
I
Okay.
think we're in the right room, and then,
Yeah.
and then we can keep spinning it, right?
Okay.
Do we feel like toxic people turn down what's good for them because healing feels harder than hurting?
That's self-sabotage.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, because but I feel like
Yes.
toxic
Give me
people.
together.
I feel like toxic people don't even know what healing is. They don't know about healing. They don't know where to start. They don't want to start. Period. So I feel like when it comes to toxic people, it's more fun for them. It's a fun thing. It's not like I want to be toxic. It's more so I love the rush. Like I love how I could go and manipulate this person, and manipulate that person, and do this and do that. I get whatever I want.
But let's
being
make it
toxic.
deep, and our receiver. Let's take it from a different perspective. Let's. How about we remove the word toxic?
Wait, but
Yes.
no, how you not gonna let him do is just dance by.
No, we're gonna
Thank
spin.
you.
Right, and I was trying to finish my- I was trying to
She
finish
on
my
it. How
shit.
they on
Right
it?
here. No, look.
She said, "Hold
No,
up."
look, now we're
She
gonna
said
come
we
back on
not
that
gonna
block, but
dismiss
it
that.
matters because it matters. But watch, let me get you together. Look, let me cook.
She on it,
Watch
she
this,
on
right?
it.
Because what I'm saying is, right. Let's say you got a girl who been through so much, right, and she
Okay.
fired, she going through what she got to go through, right, and like even in your situation, or you know what I'm saying, situations that people have been through, right. So now you finally meet this guy who 10 out of 10, who wants to claim you, who wants to be your man, who wants to say we go together real bad. But you get a lot of women nowadays, right, that have pushed this man away. Because they're like, oh, I'm not ready. Or you're so accustomed to being played with.
That's
You're
where
so
I'm at right
accustomed-
now.
You know what I'm saying? So you're so accustomed to being played with that you continue to push away a motherfucker's like, baby girl, I got you. Like 10 out of 10, like you good. Like this, like here,
I don't think
here's,
that's
here's
toxic.
safety.
Though.
Here's
I don't
safety.
Think that, I don't think that's toxic.
Right, that's why I said
though.
let's remove the
no,
toxic
that's not
word
toxic.
away.
No,
what
I
that
think-
is reflecting. That's what that is, right?
Explain.
If a female has been through so much, right? So I've been through a lot. We're all females. All females
Nah,
have
hell
been
no,
through so much,
she
right?
ain't been through nothing. She ain't
No,
been
Right?
through
She
nothing.
said she ain't been
It's
through
her
shit. Not
problem.
like
She's
that.
Nah.
She's
No,
a
sis,
loyal
the-
princess.
we
Play
gotta
where
be
it's
right.
safe.
She was,
Play
yo,
where
listen,
it's
yo,
safe.
but
hey,
even now-
hey, yo.
Play where it's
She was a
safe.
fairy, nigga.
She was a
Huh?
fairy.
She was a
right?
fairy.
Play
nigga.
No,
where
but
it's
she
safe.
wasn't a fairy.
However,
She
right?
is a fairy.
Play
Okay?
where
I feel
it's
like-
safe.
I feel like it's
hold
not
on, not to cut
toxic.
you off,
Go ahead, baby.
and I mean this in an almost respectable way. Men know who to play with. They know when it's time to get up out of there and go do something safe. It's like,
So you're not
I'd
safe.
rather see. I'm the girl that's gonna tell you if we start fucking or we start doing this or we start doing that, we go together. And I'm gonna have expectations. I'm gonna have things that I expect from you.
Yes.
If this is not what you can offer or you can meet these requirements or expectations, leave me alone now.
So let
And
me
that
ask you a
goes back
question.
to the
I-
word.
That
but
goes
that's
back
where
to
I'm at
the-
now. I'm not talking 19,
Yeah.
21.
Right,
I'm not.
right,
I'm talking about right now.
Today.
Right now, I'm telling you on probably the second date or the first date or in text messages that we've been texting all
Facts.
day, because you done got personal with me now because I'm just that cool, right? yo, so what you expect from a nigga? Because I like you.
Mhm.
I expect this, and this.
You're putting it on the
Right.
table.
This
Yes.
is what I'm looking for. And the next, because I'm trying to do this. And if this can't happen, it slows down with everything else I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So that's in 2 days?
It might be. But and this is not me saying.
No,
It depends.
yeah.
It depends
yeah.
on how much y'all
What
talk.
I'm saying is, what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that we done made this decision that I'm not going on multiple. I don't need to go on multiple. God's not going to make me go on multiple dates to find for my husband to find me.
Right.
He gives me discernment. He gives me discernment. So what he
Okay.
does is on these first couple
Makes sense.
days or first couple text messages,
Yeah.
I'm already knowing my husband is not moving like that.
Yes.
The man that's
Okay.
that's
Wait,
that's
I mean-
that,
Okay,
the
I
man
feel
that's
you.
matching my energy.
Okay.
I know
it's
what
cute.
that I know what
You
it
know what it
looks
looks like.
I
right.
know what it looks
look
like.
like.
I know what it
look like.
feels like. I know what a nigga fuck with you.
But you see
So
how
what
I
if a
know
man
that?
tells you?
Now,
What? You
Hold on,
can't.
hold on.
Wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no.
wait, wait,
You
hold
can't
on.
tell me. You have to show me.
Yes.
And so
Period.
telling me,
Right.
because I'm in this stage in my life where I
Okay.
know what it looks like, I know what
Right.
it feels like, I know,
All right, so
I know
we're
what
gonna
we
remove
doing.
the word tell then.
Yeah.
So what if a man communicates with you and says, "Look, ma, because I'm feeling you.
Feel me.
I'm definitely feeling the conversations.
Feel me.
You know what I'm saying? But I also still need time though for myself.
And you need to go do that, cause I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
already here. This is like I'm Simone Biles. I'm in the Olympics.
Right.
And you telling me I wanna take me to the Olympics and let me compete next to you.
Mhm.
But I haven't even started.
No.
yet.
What I'm basically saying is, let me get time for myself. I still get to know you. Still
No,
want
that's
to-
Absolutely
not
not.
gonna-
That's a waste of time.
That's this. We're
It's a
not
waste
getting-
of time.
Hold on.
To
Listen.
get to know you?
Hold on. Can I tell you
Whoa.
something? Can I tell you
Right.
something? No, you can get to
Because-
know me.
yeah.
No.
We getting to
So
know each
here's,
other.
I want to add this
That's
word.
your problem
Hold on,
now.
no, here's the part.
That's your
It is.
problem.
Wait.
But we had this conversation, remember? Me and you had this conversation.
Here's the soup. Here's the soup.
Okay.
We missing one word,
Okay. What is
right?
it?
Not entitlement,
Mhm.
right?
But-
Intention.
Mm.
I am dating people who have intention.
Right.
Intention to in the next year or so. I don't have children.
Right.
I've already made up my mind that
Right.
either I'm going to date a man who's already well off into his children being grown and he can start a family with me,
Mhm.
or he doesn't have any.
Okay. So that's not
Okay,
being
so
selfish.
no. This
That's
is
not
my
how-
body.
what?
This
Thank
is
you.
my
This is
choice.
my
Wait,
Hold on,
wait,
hold on,
wait.
no,
This
please.
is my
Let me
Because if
cook.
I-
Let me cook.
Let her
Let
cook.
Hold on, let me
cook.
cook.
Let her
'Cause I'm a
cook.
cook.
First of
Have your
all,
way.
Talk to me.
God, and I'm so glad I've arrived here. Because there was one point in my life that I lived my life and I chose my future based upon what people accepted and made it okay. It is not your choice to tell me anything about what I want my future to look like.
Right. Which is true.
It's not nobody's space to even impactfully have a commentary on what I want. If I say I want an 8-bedroom house with 4-car garage, it is not your place to tell me who are you to say you want that.
Right.
No, but
Who
you
are
can-
you to say?
but you can-
But no, because you are okay with saying life is great and life is amazing with me just having my dog, my kids, roof over my head, and a job. That is your future.
Correct.
That's what you want. That's what you aspire.
Right.
See, I'm a dream chaser, right?
Right,
A lot of
right.
people, I'm an artist too. I've traveled, I've done a lot of amazing things. The things that I remember when I said I'm going to do TV, people said, you know how hard that is? You can't do that. There's thousands of girls that I was chose first.
Talk to him.
So what I'm telling
Yeah.
you is you don't get a chance to have any input on what I want my future to look like.
Right.
So if I say because I know they out there and I dated them and I meet them,
Right.
there's men out there with no children
Right.
that want to build a family with a woman like I
Right.
do have no children.
Right.
And
Wait.
it is possible.
Okay.
He is not selfish
Okay.
by choosing and saying,
Okay.
I don't want to play stepdaddy. Because what happens is that it
Yeah.
turns into I settle. I've
Yeah.
settled.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Thank
I've
you.
said there's nothing else out there. I have to be with a man that has children for me to have my what it looks like a family. To me, a family ideally. And I feel like I would be some sort of settling if I said, yeah, I met a great man. He's amazing. He's amazing to his children because I've been there.
Right,
And you
right,
know what
facts.
that puts me into? I got to play stepmommy now.
Yeah.
I got to step in because I love this man. I got to
Right.
take on the shine. That's not a bad thing.
Right.
But as an ambitious, driven woman in the space that I'm in, why not go start create our own lineage?
And then you could do
Which
that.
is a
But
fact.
let me
Yeah,
ask you a
nah,
question,
yeah.
though. Let me ask you a question.
It makes sense though.
Right? But I want to understand this a little bit more. So I get it because I'm a dream chaser too. I believe that I've surpassed any and everything that people thought I was gonna be, thought I was gonna become. I've passed it, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
But you know what I had to realize on that journey that I also had to create the structure and what I needed to get there. Nobody saw that part of the story.
Mhm.
What I had to do, the things that I had to do behind closed doors to become that person and what I had to put in. But let me ask you a question though. Are you married right now?
Private.
Okay, cool. It's private, right? But most married people wear rings, so we're not married because you don't have a ring on. So that's just.
That don't
I'm
mean
just
that.
using my. But maybe you left at home. But let's cook. Not to disrespect.
Nah.
Right? No disrespect. But that's what I'm asking you. What would you say are some of your flaws?
I think this is going to answer your question.
Give me together.
It don't all look the same.
Your flaws
Right.
don't all look.
No,
the same?
no. A relationship don't all look the same.
Okay.
So this is why it's important for you to be with your person and not what you think you're supposed to be with, not trying to settle over here because it looks like this is your type. I tell women don't date their type all the time. Date who likes you, who can tolerate certain things. Because when you get into a relationship, I may like John, but I can't tolerate that he does this. And I love so and so, and I can tolerate he does. They do the same things, but it just is not as annoying when he does.
Right.
You understand? You
But
understand?
listen,
what-
but I'm not-
so when I choose, so my person, right? Let's just say marriage, right? Me and my person may have an understanding of we like certain things.
Right.
We like certain things where shit, I might like him fucking other women. I might enjoy
see.
I might enjoy
That's
that.
an experience.
And let's just say
There's nothing wrong
it
with
might
that.
be an
That's the
experience
end
for
of
you, but this is our dynamic.
That's what we do.
So vice versa,
Yeah.
my man may be okay for whatever reason that I don't wear a ring in certain occasions,
Which is true.
that I move a certain way, a certain mystique about if I am or not in a relationship
Right.
is unbothered by those things. While another man may say, not my wife. She could never.
She gotta wear my shit.
There's no fucking way she don't got my ring on.
Right.
And this and that. And this makes you this type of woman because you're doing that. Right? So I think it's important for people to do what's best and suitable for their
them.
happiness.
I agree. I agree.
Yes.
And it does not look the same because I'm going to tell you, I have been with men who I know they've dated women that they would probably zero tolerance for half the shit they have dealt with me. Like I would never allow my woman to different strokes for different folks, and it works. And I just think, again, I just go back to you saying, now this, you're wearing the ring, you're not this, you're not that. But what if my person doesn't want to be mentioned?
that's
Hold on,
cool.
no, listen. What if my person doesn't want to be mentioned?
Right.
What if it's a safe space for us to keep that out of the public because people destroy, I don't know how public you are with your relationship and your household and your privacy and the people that you love. But I know for me, that's a very sacred place because I have been on TV and I have been in a place where just certain things you just don't share because people want to destroy them in the worst way. And I don't mean rumors and DMs because and this is another thing of knowing your person. There's nothing if I was in a relationship hypothetically or married that you could ever tell my nigga about me.
Right.
Because he know who he with.
Right, for sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So for that, he may not be able to handle going outside and having people see you that may know you and then later never say anything but DM you and say, I saw you as so and so. You was with so and so and had a blue shirt and had a blue shirt on.
No, watch this. I love it. I like this. This is what I'm not understanding. I get it, right? And I love it.
Everybody don't want them kind of eyes on them because once you tell people who you with, their privacy is no longer private.
But I'm seeing the glitch of this man, though. Like, get me together. And I just want to understand. And watch this.
Yeah.
At this table, there's no right or wrong. My goal is not to say what I'm saying is how I feel. I just want to pick the perspective of the room. You know what I'm saying? So we're just speaking, but this is what I'm understanding. I want to understand it so I can have a clear understanding of you.
Yes.
Right? When you talk to me about this man and I speak to you at this table, you tell me things like, I'm very, I put my shit on the table. When we fucking with each other, I put it on the table. You get what I'm saying? This is who I am. And if you can't meet this criteria, then go that way.
I don't like the word criteria.
What word you want to use?
Because I didn't say criteria.
What word did you use? I'm sorry. What word did you use?
Expectations.
Part himself.
Yeah.
If you can't meet these expectations, right? Then he should basically continue.
And vice versa.
It's not a situation for him, right?
And vice versa.
Right, respectfully, I get that, right? And then when it comes to that space, where is the space for him to have that, like that space of, how can I say it, like that space of what he wants?
100%.
Like, is there sacrificing? Let me ask you a question. Is there sacrificing space in it for you, or is it just your way?
If that's where I want to be at,
I get that, but
if that's where I want to be,
yes,
then I'm. It's not even a sacrifice. I want to see my person happy.
Right.
And we have come to because there's a lot of communication. There's obviously a lot of communication in here, right? So we have come to an understanding. If this is what you want, this is how we make this work.
Yeah.
Right. So, example, I was a stripper
Right.
many years. I met a man who no longer wanted me to dance.
Mhm.
But and I'm not and this is the typical if you can't provide what I'm missing from the club,
Right.
don't try to take me out.
Right.
But here's another perspective, right? He fell in love with the ambitious driven woman in the club that's getting it, that's going. So he's not looking for a girl that wants to be taken care of. He's looking for a girl who's like, what do you want to do besides this, right?
Yeah.
And so if this is who I want to be with, let me just land my plane real quick. I'm not worried about what money I'm not going to make.
Okay.
I'm trusting
Okay.
in this space that I'm okay because this is gonna make up of what I feel like I'm lacking.
So you're
I'm okay with not being able to go buy this, with the money, the tens and thousands that I'm making, to sacrifice. And it's not a sacrifice because I
Yeah.
want to be here. I'm okay with not going to the club and making X amount in there. I go look for a job. I'm comfortable doing that.
I love that. That's bars.
Yeah,
That's deep.
yes.
So you're willing to allow him to lead respectfully.
He's 100% leading.
Okay.
I don't want to lead. I don't want that
Okay.
responsibility.
I like
Facts.
that. Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
That's too
I'm
much
leading in my real
responsibility.
day-to-day business life, everything, in so many ways that when I step through that door, I always have to come back to here because I know I'm like an alpha female, and I'm like, no, but that's not who I am for my man.
Okay. I
You
receive.
know, like,
Yes.
yeah, no.
I like that. So
All
listen.
my friends.
I feel like if you have to be dominant in a situation with a man, you shouldn't be.
But it's not
in
even
that
about being
situation
dominant because
with
I
a
think
man. Like, you
dominance
shouldn't have to-
is it's a case-by-case scenario. I may need to be dominant in certain situations because he may lack in certain areas and may need me to step up and be dominant and control the situation. However, I'm allowing him to lead in the sense of saying, I'll step in when you ask me to.
Right. I believe. I think that's definitely a thing because I say that all the time.
But she said it
It
though.
really
It
depends
depends
on
on
who-
if you want to be with that person. Like if you know, I want to fuck with you. Yes, I have no problem. And like she said, the word ain't even sacrifice.
as
I'm
long
gonna
as
do what I gotta do to make you
that's
happy.
clear though. As
Yeah.
long as
Yeah.
long
Right,
as
yeah,
it's
yeah.
clear, and I feel like being compromising is very important. You know what I'm saying? I think that because I think a lot of people like my person's out there, and I get it. Like I feel you if you feel like your person out there, that's cool. I believe that you might already had your person, or you might be looking at your person, but you're not willing to compromise enough to make this work for you to see that this
Yeah,
already
facts.
your
Well,
person.
in the
Like
Bible,
you can't okay. So basically, what you're saying is you can't judge a book by its cover.
And-
Like,
and I
you
know-
don't
so-
know a person until you
watch this,
actually
because
get
watch
to
this.
know
Even
them.
what Cass said, Cass like this. This what Cass said. Cass are like, yo, I feel that you fucking with me. I feel that you saying we go together. You know what I'm saying 2 days, 3 days, whatever. And I'm fucking with you too.
Right.
But I just want to take my time and make sure that this is what I think it is.
Hold on,
Exactly.
but I didn't
Exactly.
need
I just
to
wanna
be
make sure
judged.
that
Yes,
that's
I'm
what
saying,
it
that's
is.
why you have to
So-
get to know
Just
a
wanna make
person.
sure.
Listen,
Right.
Yes.
you could be with
Absolutely.
somebody
have to
for
get to know that
10
person.
years and still never know
Never
who
know
that
them, yes.
Word
person
is born.
is.
I
You
swear.
get what
We're
I'm
always
saying?
changing.
Even
We
when,
always
because
changing.
people say like
Always.
they be like you never know a man until you have kids with them. Sometimes even after you have kids with them, you be 15, 20 years down the line. Not to,
Girl,
'cause
you
I'm
ain't even gotta have
Caitlyn
kids to
Jenner,
find out.
baby.
Right.
Let's talk about
Because-
Caitlyn Jenner. That man
Nah.
had how many families?
Word is
You feel me?
born,
How many
man.
kids?
He a
And now
whole
he a
fajita.
whole woman.
now
And
you a
it's not to, you
woman.
feel me, come at
Yeah.
him and I don't have no, you feel me, against any community, what you
Yeah,
choose
yeah.
to do. But what I'm saying is you still sometimes never know a person.
Nah,
So
not facts.
you
yeah.
got to take that time out to really, you feel me,
Yeah, facts.
gauge and
But
see
it's
if
That's
you're
messed
willing-
up.
if you're
Understand
willing to deal with
as
that.
in the Bible,
Mhm.
I'm not supposed to come ready for my husband.
Mhm.
I'm coming moldable.
Right.
No,
I'm
he's
coming-
supposed to come ready.
No, he doesn't even have to come
Yeah, you don't gotta
ready.
come ready.
Because when you pray, and I don't know what y'all pray for, but when I pray over my man, I pray over the man I'm dating, my man, the man I'm saying this is who I want my husband. God, first of all, if this is not my husband,
Remove him.
remove him from
That's
my
a fact.
space.
Right. You talk about it.
Because I'm not here for a
don't wanna
boyfriend.
pray.
I'm not here for none of that. And so
Yes, ma'am.
the act of like, oh, he's not meeting this criteria, you gotta go. Yeah, you do gotta go because I don't want to waste the time. There was a
Yes.
time where I would continue to entertain it because I'm bored. I'm lonely. No, it's okay. I don't really. I want to go to that restaurant, but I don't want to go there with you. So I'd rather not go just on a meal. Go
Just
get a
because.
meal
Yeah,
because
right,
because
right.
my space is sucking. You ever heard of like energy
100%,
vampires?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Draining.
my energy is so infectious
Mhm.
that if I spend too much time with the wrong person, I'm drained when I leave.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
a
ma'am.
That's
fact.
why I don't like. Honestly, that's why I don't like the whole selfish thing. Yes.
I receive what you're
Hell
talking
yes,
I've
I'm
shared,
being
but
selfish.
even the first day, you saying, oh, the second day, yeah, because by the end of that date, I've shared so much.
Mhm.
you can't leave there without going home and rethinking your whole purpose in life.
But you
I
gotta remember
swear to
this
God.
too, though. You gotta remember this too, though. Sometimes that can be dangerous as well.
It is.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
This is why
Yeah.
I said it's not going to take me a week,
Right.
a month to figure out if this
You know.
person. I already know
You know how to
that
read the
this
room.
person can't give back the same energy in life I'm
Right.
giving
Right,
because
right, right.
I have been in a relationship where this person is pouring into it the first week, first 2 weeks, 3 months,
Yeah.
consistently the same energy that I'm
Right.
giving, and I'm not just talking about financially.
Right,
I'm,
right,
I'm
right.
There's
That's
a
talking
right,
about
right.
that
I'm
comes
talking
with that.
about I send you a book, Friday you send me one.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
I'm
right.
sending you trips. You sending me trips. We like, oh shit, I got the same shit saved.
We on
Right,
that.
right, right.
We both are sending the same means. Oh, I stopped following this. I stopped eating this. You did that too.
Yeah.
We on the same wavelength without even forcing
It's
it.
organic. It's
Right.
real.
It's just
happening.
organic.
Yeah.
And so even if you wasn't into, you know what? I never thought about my conversation. This is the most one of the amazing conversations I have recently with somebody. I said, you always telling me how amazing I am. What's something that you've always wanted to do that you never do? Because you always talking to me about how you so. I think it's dope how you chase your dreams. I think it's dope how he a boss. He got his own business, but he's not going after his dream.
Right.
He's made the money.
Right. He
And it's
told-
different than what I'm doing, which is also infectious to somebody who's never chased their dreams because they're not risky. I'm risky because I could lose it all tomorrow. I could get it back.
Yeah.
I'm not materialistic. I
Yeah.
like nice things, but I'm not attached to things.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not attached. When I seen how much things were worth when I had to sell them, I realized they weren't worth much.
Shit.
They're
Talk
not worth
about it.
shit.
Now
That's
listen,
a
shit.
fact.
Talk
Watch
your
this right
shit,
before
man.
we pull out. Right, this is very important. For everybody that know about Rock's point of view, we always put somebody in the hot seat. Now let's clap it up for Holiday going to the hot seat.
Let's
Right now. Let's go. When you go to the hot seat, we ask you a bunch of questions, right? And you got to be 100. You got to tell the truth. Holiday, you gonna tell the truth or no?
Yes,
'Cause
but
you've been fighting with me all day, bro.
I just got one thing to say.
What's up?
She's very mysterious.
Make sure everybody go get my new single. I could never.
Let's
Period.
go.
Oh, okay.
Out on all
I could
platforms.
never.
Definitely gonna support
Bow.
that.
Definitely gonna support
Bow.
that.
Definitely
Yeah.
gotta
I'm
support
definitely
it.
gonna support that. Hey, listen, Holiday, you gonna tell me the truth now?
Yeah, I said he loved me more than his mom's. He tapped my name on his arm twice.
Oh, they go together real bad. I love that. I love that. So listen, we're gonna start this off right away. I'm gonna pick a person. They're gonna ask a question. Everybody got their questions ready? Everybody question ready? We're gonna start this off with my brother Kaz. Kaz, get that first question and make it spicy, man. Don't play with her because she got a lot of fire over there.
Make it spicy.
Make it spicy.
Because I was gonna be respectable.
No, I don't. Spice don't always have to.
Yeah, I
sometimes when
mean,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
I'm
Curry
gonna
chicken
make it
is-
That
spicy.
just
though,
tell you
'cause
where his mind is at.
Nah, I mean.
No, I don't mean spice in a
nah,
bad way.
I
You
know,
what I'm saying?
yeah. It's
Spice is
just,
not.
yeah.
Cayenne pepper's
I'm
good
a-
for you. It's
yeah.
healthy. It's a
That's
healthy
a
choice.
fact.
but
So
I'ma
is
get-
cinnamon.
She said make it
Proceed.
juicy.
Juicy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's already juicy, baby.
Let her cook.
How old are you?
Mm.
Immortal.
I'm done with.
Here
Don't-
we go. See what I'm saying?
Can we stop?
Told
I wanna-
you.
Come on, yo.
I told
Right.
you.
All right.
Immortal.
Next question. Ask her another one, Cass. You listen. You gotta be very delicate with her. You gotta peel that thing properly.
You
Come
really
on, now.
gotta. You really
You
gotta.
gotta get through that. You gotta get through that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your favorite fruit?
I would say you, but you married.
Yo,
I couldn't hold that in, son. Like I had no like.
I'm just kidding, guys.
You gotta put that on it. You gotta put
I'm
that.
just kidding. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
gonna tell you
just
one thing,
kidding.
man.
My favorite fruit is blueberries.
blueberries.
Wow.
Because they're anti-inflammatory. They're a great antioxidant, and that's why bitch is so fine.
Ooh, and she's
Okay.
smart. Cass. Come on,
Mhm.
and she know her
Smart.
shit.
Okay.
She know her
I
shit.
like that shit. Okay.
Word.
She was a fairy.
Okay. Hey,
Salute.
listen.
Salute.
She was a
Listen,
berry.
Chris, give me a question. Talk to her. Give me together.
Yeah. What is your biggest sexual fantasy?
I've already fulfilled it.
Ooh.
And it's private. Let me stop. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was about to quit.
I'm joking. Well, I had two fantasies. One was to have multiple girls like go down on me at one time,
Ooh.
and I've already fulfilled that. And then the other was 2 men at one time. I fulfilled that. And then the other was to kind of role play, and like I was having it with another guy, and my significant other at the time kind of walked in on it, and instead of being mad, he just put his dick in my mouth.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. This is what I love. This is what we
Okay.
love.
Okay.
Somebody get a
This
fan.
is what we love.
Okay, it's hot
Somebody
over
got-
there.
Somebody got a
Steph,
fan.
it's on you, Queen.
Shit
Here we
is hot
go.
over
All
there.
right, all right. I have two questions, if that's okay.
Have your way.
So
Mhm.
first and foremost, this one's not gonna be super spicy. It's more like on the motivational side. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like you just got so much inspiration in you. So I want to know what would be your advice to people that is trying to like break out and chase their dreams.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
You can't care what nobody has to say, but you have to care what everybody has to say.
Okay. I like that. So
Peel
don't
that
let
for
that
me.
go over your
No,
head.
peel that for me though. What does that look like?
When you're going after your dreams, you really can't care what people have to say because they're going to try to impose their insecurities, their fears, their failures on you. And like I said in the beginning, everybody's journey doesn't look the same. It's not going to be the same. So because somebody else is going after the same thing you are and they got there a little faster, or they or it's taking them a little bit longer, you can't worry about what other people are doing and other people are saying, but you got to worry about what other people are doing because you got to scope out the competition and not
That's a
necessarily the competition. If other people are doing it, that means there's room for it. There's a niche
Facts.
for it. So
Okay.
it's not a bad thing when people are doing the same thing you're doing, or and you know, like if they're not talking about you, then you're not doing nothing kind of conversation.
Right.
So you have to give people something to talk about
Right.
and remaining interesting and some type of mystique. At the end of the day, I just go back because my relationship is always the topic of conversation if I am or if I'm not. And that just means I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
And the people who do at some point get engulfed into my life, they will know the truth.
Right.
And they will also understand why it was so precious and it was so private to even reveal.
Right.
I like that.
Okay.
Second
All right.
question.
Second question. Where is the spiciest, craziest place that you've had sex, baby girl?
Jamaica, out in the jungle room in hedonism in the rain.
Oh, I
And
like
I caught the
that.
flu.
Oh,
That dick made her get sick.
that
Wow,
shit
yeah,
made
right?
her go to.
That
It was
dick made
worth
her
it.
get
It was
sick.
worth it.
Yeah.
That dick
It
made
was
her
worth
get sick.
it. It
Okay,
was
I like
worth
that.
it.
I gotta ask a question then. Am I go?
Yeah.
Yes,
All
I
right.
know.
My question is, if you can have one more conversation with your dad in the present realm, what would that conversation look like?
I like that.
It would start with I'm sorry
Okay.
for taking you for granted.
That's bars.
I would say thank you for keeping your foot on my neck unapologetically, even if I hated you for it sometimes. And I see you, even when you're not there. You are present in everything that I do. Every person I come in contact with, the choices I make, I see my father is super present, especially in the decisions I make, the men I choose to date. And I jokingly said I haven't been through nothing, but I honestly believe the way my father and my mother, but we're talking about my dad, raised me. He prepared me. He prepared me so well that I could see it coming a mile away. And he prepared me how to deal with it, not protect me, but prepared me for life. And I didn't understand his rough, aggressive, strict ways, but I understand why now. And I just say, I'm sorry, I thank you, and I see you.
We love you, Dad, 100%.
Yeah.
Listen,
Absolutely.
yeah, let's clap that up. I receive that. I
Facts,
receive that.
facts,
I
facts,
receive that.
facts.
Yo,
Like
listen,
that.
right? I think that was fire. We're here on Rock's point of view, and Rock's point of view is this, right? Being yourself is very important, you know what I'm saying? And being honest with that version of yourself, I think, is even more important. You know what I'm saying? We had two people on the show today that really stood on business, and they exactly was who they was. Not to say everybody else didn't, but they really dig deep on, you know, just being that version of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's cool, even with Kaz, and from his perspective of being in that relationship and standing on that business of, I'm with my wife, I'm married, regardless to what the temptation looked like, regardless to what, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Right,
with my
right.
wife, you know what I'm saying? I think that that's very important for us to stand on business. So don't think yourself. We're on Rock's point of view. Wow.